I want to talk to you about something that is kind of intense, and I'm seeing it a lot. And also, just want to start this by saying this is just my personal opinion and my personal experience. And you're totally entitled to have your own understanding of life, yourself, and everything that you look up and that you research and that you do. I don't want to try to tell you what is, but I do want to offer you my perspective as a spiritual mentor and as a content creator. I interact with thousands of spiritually awakened people on in an average month, So I see a lot of people that have gone through intense kundalini awakenings, all sorts of spiritual awakenings. I am in the mix. I'm really on the ground, like looking at what a lot of people are going through. And there's something that I continuously see, which I'm going to call the Chosen One Psychosis. Um, the Chosen One Psychosis is something that I feel like is happening more and more in the world as people start to wake up to a higher degree. And when the ego starts to wake up and die, and your spirit starts to transcend your ego, oftentimes the ego makes one last attempt at creating an identity that is harmful for you. And that last attempt is thinking that you are somehow uniquely special or uniquely important to the world in a way that is toxic and unhealthy. Because, yeah, we're all unique, we're all important, but I don't really believe there are specific people that are chosen to save everybody. I think there are tons of people that are here to teach others and set an amazing example. But I'm seeing this chosen one psychosis, and it's another version of the Jesus psychosis, where a lot of people in the past have like thought they were Jesus and ranted and raved in the streets about the apocalypse and they're the second coming in a reincarnation or whatever. I feel like that doesn't happen as much, although that is a form it takes. But now I'm seeing people think they're part of like a special group of 144,000 people that's like the chosen Christ consciousness people. And in my opinion, it's extremely toxic and it causes people to live from their solar plexus and below because they're constantly trying to do everything right. They're judging other people for not being right. They're judging the world for being out of alignment. And they're constantly in this like very dualistic mindset, as opposed to when you rise up into the heart, you really start to see that the universe and earth are going through a process for sure. And there are definitely going to be people that lead as an example of how to live in the heart and even higher in this world. But it doesn't make you special. And it also, you're not a savior. There's no saviors. Like, sure, you can save someone from a burning building, but I do not believe that any human can save another human spiritually. Um, I don't think our souls need to be saved from anything. I think that we're just going through a very uncomfortable transition from a more dualistic reality to a reality that's more based in oneness, which is like what a lot of people call ascension. So be very careful when you find yourself separating yourself with your identity and thinking that you're somehow a whole different breed than the rest of humans. There's definitely uniqueness and specialness in humans, but I think a lot of times people fall into this psychosis where really they're just in the throes and the depths of ego. And it's very obvious because they are constantly judging and separating, which is the core factor that is ego. And the core factor of being in the heart space is actually not judging and just understanding, seeing, and loving things as they are and noticing your oneness with everything. So if you've fallen into this idea that you're a special chosen one, check in. You might have some childhood trauma where you needed to feel special and more important than your siblings or than other people, or maybe people didn't see how awesome and amazing you were as a kid. So you really want to have some reason to believe that you are special and they were all wrong about you. It seems to me it's the same kind of ego that makes people want to be famous and for ego purposes. And I've fallen into this at times before, thinking I'm some special soul here to help people in a specific, special way. But as I've gotten more mentally and spiritually healthy, that stuff kind of goes away and you start just living from love and you really don't think about stuff like that. You don't really think about apocalyptic stuff because you have a lot of faith and trust in the universe and in God and in the process that's already occurring on earth. You don't have to interject into that process in some unique special way in order to protect people. So that was just my PSA, which, I'm not saying I'm 100% right in that regard. It's just my side of things. It's how I view things. And also I've noticed that at times when my mental health has been really bad, I've much more gravitated towards these chosen one type theories. And when my mental and spiritual health are really good, I I don't even relate or resonate with that at all. I relate a lot more with love, laughter, purpose, success, happiness, the things that we're actually after, not, you know, trying to completely flip the table of the world into a new frequency. I think that's happening, but I don't think that any individual is here to do it. I think it's a byproduct of our own personal evolutions. So I hope that helped. If you want to talk about it, or if you're going through this, reach out to me. I've been through this stuff really intensely, and it really gets in the way of all the amazing parts of life, in my opinion. And I'm really saying this because I really want you to live a really happy, grounded, peaceful, successful life. And I've seen so many people that in believing things like the chosen one type stuff, they go really downhill. So thanks so much for watching today, and I'll see you next time.